Right, we do have lots of calls to get through, so we're going to take Christ. Christ, am I pronouncing your name correctly?
Correct, Chris, with a T.
How are you?
I'm excellent. How are you?
Very well, thank you. You want to talk to us about aliens, I believe.
Right. Actually, the proper term is parallalian, with the AE, the Greek AE in the middle for the alien.
Okay.
So, um, a parallalian is a term that I discovered on Earth, that I created on Earth myself. It explains the existence, or I mean, it is the term for the existence of parallel dimensional beings in a parallel dimensional state with us here on Earth. And they actually exist in the billions. And I'm about to prove it to the world. And you're the first public radio station or anything I've even talked to about it. It just came across randomly.
Okay, so
So
what?
would you like to know more?
Yes, indeed, we would like to know more. That's exactly why we're here.
Yeah, demonstrate it. I'm excited.
Okay, so
I'm ready.
Okay, so I am the son of Jesus Christ. Some would call it the second coming of Jesus Christ, and I'm not kidding. This is serious. My whole life, I have been accosted, and honestly, it's not been pretty because of a group of pan aliens, which are of being in a pan dimensional state here with us on Earth. So you can't see them with the naked eye. Okay, you need help from above, and that's where I get to. I am Jesus's son, so I'm like the second coming, but it's Jesus's son. I'm like through way of love and reincarnated.
Let's stop there because this could get very deep very quickly. So let's take this one little step at a time, because I don't want to either be overwhelmed myself or overwhelm our listeners. Explain
It's gonna overwhelm you, all right.
Explain what being the son of Jesus Christ entails, because the historical Jesus, if there was one, was alive a long time ago.
Right. I'll tell you what it is. There are gods. God is real. God is like the governing sovereign of the government. And this is what God and the parallalians that are good have taught me. There is a whole network called the Universe City out there in the galaxy. Okay.
Okay.
And it is a network of life forms.
Let's slow it down because, as I said, we don't want to get overwhelmed with things. Let's deal with one thing at a time.
No problem.
How are you the son of a man who potentially lived 2,000 years ago?
I'm getting to that. So it's like a reincarnation of a godly spirit.
What's reincarnation?
A human being like the way Jesus was.
What's reincarnation?
Well, I personally grew up not knowing this. So I don't know much about the reincarnation aspect, but I'll tell you what, I know a hell of a lot about Jesus, the God, because we all have a godly spirit. I started something called the Illuma Godly. It is the actual form of it is the God's version of the Illuminati. And it turns out these parallalians and pan-aliens all over the world have created a network for so long, and they created the Illuminati, and they're the reason we drill into the yes.
Chris, we're running again. We need to slow it down. We need to take one step at a time. So let's deal with one claim at a time, because you're piling things on here, and it's not giving us a chance to respond or really understand. So
I'll tell you what. What I learned about dealing with God is that they are hyper intelligent beings, and the explanation goes on and on and on and on and on. So you're right. We should pick a topic of either pan aliens or God, and you should let me explain to you more specifically to a topic.
This is a show where we have conversations. It's not a show where you come to just kind of give your opinion on something. We talk about them together. We investigate things together. and that's what we'd like to
Okay,
do with
cool.
you. So I'm trying to. This is why I'm trying to
Okay,
pick
great.
apart each particular step. So you started with you were the son of Jesus, and you said it was a kind of reincarnation thing. So I want to establish what you think. You know, if you're the son of Jesus and you've been reincarnated, I would think, and you have that knowledge, I would think that you have at least
I
a
do.
cursory understanding of what reincarnation is. So this is I want to
Well,
take one step at a time, just throwing things,
okay, great.
because the thing is, you're saying you've come here with this revelation that's going to change humanity. You've come with this revelation which is going to change humanity, and if you're going to do that, you can't just come and spit words out. You know, this isn't a rapping contest. You know, we need to stop and take things one step at a time so people can understand what it is you're trying to say. So what in your understanding is reincarnation?
I'll tell you what it is. It's the spirit of a god that gets created every few thousand years, and so
And how
there's a
can we
godly
test
spirit
this?
for everyone that is. Sorry,
How can we test this?
that's part of the mysticism of God. Okay, so God likes to stay exclusive, and God likes to stay secretive because there is a heavy presence of dark spirits on earth. I'm trying to explain to you.
How can we determine the difference between the mysticism of God being revealed to a person and that
Okay,
person having
let me ask you this.
go ahead.
Let me ask you this: have you ever heard of a being of a human on Earth that is all races, all in one being, one in one human? Have you ever heard
Well,
of a
race
person
is a
on Ancestry.com that
well,
has come up as every race on Earth?
race is a social construct and is not useful for really anything.
No, I'm saying like through hereditary, you know what I'm saying? And race being what we all are a certain race, and I'm not touching on that. I'm touching on the fact that what would you call the person that is all races, all in one person? That one person is all races. What would you call that?
A human with different allele frequencies.
Definitely, but like I'm saying like
Like that's
Milano,
it.
white,
Like that's
black,
all race is simply like it's a social construct that is meaningless because really humans are
but
all
it all came
different. We
from
all
one
have
human
different
being.
DNA and it's minor differences
Supposedly it all
here and
came
there,
from
but race is absolutely meaningless.
supposedly it all came from Adam and Eve, right? So like supposedly,
Well, no,
and
not particularly.
so like a white person is not a black person. They're different nationalities. Fine, we'll call it nationalities. Sorry, excuse me, I misspoke. What would you call a person that is all nationalities through hereditary interbreeding of like, you know, their ancestors?
Well, nationality is also a social construct because you have legal nationality is a legal definition of what countries you belong to, which most countries have like either it's your first degree relatives or you or maybe second degree relatives, but you go far enough along genealogy and you're no longer a citizen of whatever country. So it's just even no matter how we take this, whether it's nationality, whether it's ethnicity, whether it's race, it's all meaningless. What you get from a person who has a multitude of traits from and a multitude of cultural identities, a multitude of any of this is a person. You just get a person.
What I'm trying to get at is I am the only human on earth with all of the original of all races in my bloodline, okay? And then what the next thing I'm trying to say is let's put God aside, let's put Jesus aside. Did you not hear what I told you? There are billions of pan aliens and parallaliens on earth. as we
Well,
speak
so
right now.
how? Hold on.
You
Can you
cannot
answer a
see with the
question for
naked
me?
eye.
So how could you have if all humans came from a set two humans originally, and then all reproduced and made these different people groups? How could anybody end up with traits of all of those groups?
Through interracial breeding of everyone else. You know what I mean? Duh. And
Have
Jesus
one
told me
family
I
line.
am the
To have
only one on
one
the
family
planet.
line with every single trait is a recipe for genetic disease. Like I don't know if this doesn't really make sense.
I don't think you're getting the point. The point is, Jesus told me I am the only one on earth like this, with a bloodline such as mine that is all nationalities and all races, all in one
So
human being. Okay.
so
And then
who
secondly, I
came
told you
before
there are
you?
10 aliens. There are aliens on Earth, and I'm
So
proving
who
it. I
came
can
before
prove it.
you?
You can go to BCZ. You should go to bczuniversity.blogspot.com. Please write it down if you want some like serious knowledge, a knowledge bomb dropped on you. Read all of that. It is a knowledge bomb about the universe and the life in the universe, and that we are definitely not alone. And I know
We
some
know
aliens
about the
are the
universe,
coolest
and
spirits ever.
we have knowledge about the universe, and we have knowledge about
We have
life
no
in the
knowledge.
universe.
We have maybe 3% of all knowledge in the universe. I asked God myself, and he said maybe 3% is what humans have figured out. I shit you not, you guys. You will be blessed and get a knowledge bomb dropped on you if you go to my blog and read it. I promise.
The thing is, with all due respect, you're not giving us anything that's compelling to send us there. You know,
You guys are some
both
haters.
No, we're not haters. The thing is, we
Listen to
talk to
yourselves.
people.
You're saying I can't, I won't, I'm not.
No,
Be
we're not.
positive
What we're
and
saying
keep an
is
open
there's nothing
mind.
compelling. We're not saying we're not. What we're saying is there's nothing compelling behind it. We have these conversations
Keep
on
an
a
open mind. I
daily
said I am
basis with
Jesus'
people.
son, dude. I am the
Right.
second coming of Jesus. And
You are also muted because you're not speaking over me. We have these conversations on a daily basis. We have these claims thrown at us on a daily basis. And while your claim to you may seem like it's unique, to us, it's something that we hear all the time. And you've given us nothing that's compelling. All you've done is thrown a bunch of claims at us that we hear day after day after day. And this is why at the very beginning of the call, I tried to get you to break it down so that it wasn't just a case of you throwing words at us, so that what we could actually do was stop and break it down and investigate each of these things. And it seemed to me like you did not want to do that investigation. So what we're going to do, we're going to ask you to go away and rethink the call, and now you can communicate your ideas better, and call back again another week when you've done that, because it's not very productive. And it's not that we don't want to listen. We do want to listen, but what we need is substance rather than claims. I'm going to unmute you. I'm going to give you a 20-30 seconds just to wrap up, and then he's gone. Okay, so